Well, Colorado State finished the game. We didn't, And, I think down the stretch they're more consistent than we were on offense. They're more disciplined than we were on defense. And they finished the game better than we did. And, the lesson to be learned from that is it doesn't matter where you're at. You need to go out and finish the game. I mean, I give Colorado State a lot of credit. They played extremely hard. They were behind the whole game, and they never gave up. And they got rewarded for it. And, we've got to be a tougher team. We've got to play better. And I think, they deserve some credit. They had a lot of seniors over there. I imagine their seniors never let them quit, and they came out on top.
Mike, was there anything you would rather have done at the end in terms of milking a little more clock or waiting to snap the ball a little longer on the Laufhauser run?
We shouldn't have worried about we shouldn't have messed with any of that. I mean, fine, use the clock. We should have attacked them and got first downs. And then we should have protected the football.
Is there ever a concern when sending in a player that hasn't been playing for most of the game that they might be cold or might not be able to jump in and be warm right in the game?
Next question. I mean, what the hell kind of question is that? You go out there, you practice all the time, you play. I mean, is there I'm not even answering that. All right, next one.
Mike, the called run, I assume it was a called run to Connor when they replayed it. Go through the thinking on that?
Well, I just think we could have selected things better, and the thing is, we should have thrown it and attacked them and got first downs.
Coach, what was the feeling even after they scored to tie it? Did you guys still think there was enough time, obviously, and was there still enough confidence on the sideline to get down and get into field goal range yourself?
I thought we had a pretty good shot at it. We've done a pretty good job of that throughout the year. As a matter of fact, we've scored a lot before the end of either half, and we've done a pretty good job moving the ball down the field in that situation. We just need to take care of the football to give ourselves the opportunity to do that. But I felt like, we were going to have a chance at a couple shots, and then, of course, Fernie can kick it from quite a ways out.
A couple times this season when things have seemed to when they go wrong quickly and drastically. Why is that, and how can that be fixed?
Next question.
Mike, at the end of the first half, you did try and attack and go downfield in your last possession, and things didn't go well, and they were able to come back and get 3 points. Can you say, was attacking the way to go at that point?
I think the biggest thing we need to continue to, just to run all the dimension of what we do. And I think it's not as much this play, that play, the other play. I think just the team starting with, coaches. I mean, because coaches, players are in this together, and starting with me at the top. I think there is a sense of relaxation there in the fourth quarter that we paid a heavy price for. I thought he did a good job throwing the ball the first half, and then did so as well the second half. We were just inconsistent. We had several drives where we stopped ourselves. Some cases they were penalties. Some cases they were drop balls. I didn't think we caught the ball real well the second half. And then, we just need to finish drives. We had a really good drive. It was 80 yards or so, and we had a really good drive, and we could have done that consistently and should have.
And then, Connor, a really big game out of River.
Last couple of plays, he gets the one strip fumble, gets overturned, and then comes back and does the same thing next play.
Yeah, I didn't see the play well enough really to really comment on it, besides the fact that I thought the Colorado State defense played really hard. Their back was against the wall. They didn't surrender at all, and so I don't know specifically who did it, and I didn't see it well enough to say how it happened. But I did think that their defensive unit and their offensive unit had an awful lot of intensity even when things weren't going their way. What they did is they finished the game, and they never gave up, and and continued to play hard throughout. And there wasn't, because they had a lot of reasons to quit in this game. They could have quit at any point because they spent most of the game about 10 points, 2 touchdowns behind, and they never did quit. And they didn't quit then. And then so I just saw them as a unit rising and playing at a really high level. Something that we did a lot of in the course of the game ourselves. But down the stretch, even if you're the guy on top, that's got to happen with you too. Otherwise, the other guy puts himself in a position to get there at the end.
Mike, you switched Dahl and Eklund up front for this game. What was the thought process?
We've been we were gonna do it for a while. The biggest thing is we had some time between the end of the season and this game in order to do it.
I guess this would go for all three of you, but with the bowl season, with what you guys have accomplished, does this any way diminish what this Cougar team accomplished this season, reaching a bowl for the first time in 10 years?
I think it's huge that to make a bowl the first time in 10 years. I think that's gigantic, and I think a lot of that happened by continuing to improve. And, we went through an incredibly tough stretch as a team. We got better and better all year long. And I think both Connor and Dion have a lot to do with that and a lot to say about that. And I think, they're both examples and kept pushing and believing when others didn't. And they converted a lot of guys with them. And, their leadership was incredibly key. I mean, I don't know how many it is. I mean, as it is, we won at least 4 games more than everybody thought we were going to win or so. And so I think that's good. The only diminishing that exists is, throughout the season, there's missed opportunities. There's ways we could have played better. And we have to develop the skills and the focus to do that. We're a young team, so we're a moving target, but we're improving all the time. And I think it starts with a certain level of belief, where I think we're actually a little better team than we honestly across the board believe we are. But some of that has to do with, you say, confidence breeds success, success breeds confidence. Some of it's just off seasons and time on the practice field in order to develop those skills and to get a visual of what you're really capable of individually. And then as you do it together more often and become more familiar with one another, then you really start to see it take shape. And that's where we are. We need to continue to push and develop that.